I do really want to keep my cool when I make this video because I don't want to freak out because there's a lot of like things I want to touch on. I went on social media today and I put a simple, statement out there. And I just said, listen, if this Real Madrid shows up, this inconsistent team shows up and they play like this, I don't know against Man City, right? That's the draw they got in the playoffs. I don't know. And I know how bad Man City has been. I don't know if this Real Madrid that we saw today against Espanyol can beat or will beat City. And then people started going crazy at me saying, bro, you dumb. You don't understand football. You got no ball knowledge. City are not going to put 11 guys behind the ball. And that's not, people are not understanding what I'm trying to say with this. And what people really need to understand, because I just left it, I didn't really say nothing else. What people really need to understand is, okay, if they open up and Real Madrid plays the way they played Barcelona against an open team, guess what? They got smacked. And if they play a closed way with 11 people behind the ball against Espanyol today, they got smacked. So there's one of those things where it's like, yeah, they lose to teams that play park the bus and they don't create enough chances against teams that play park the bus. And teams that really open up well against them, Barcelona, we have seen what Barcelona's been able to do to this defense. So look, before we get into any of that conversation, let's first start off to say that there's a red card that is missed in this game. Okay, so Real Madrid is kind of punished because there is a red card that should take place in La Liga. I don't know how VAR, I don't understand it. There's a red card, right? But with all that being said, with the red card, Real Madrid lost today because they deserve to lose today. And I know people will say, Skills, that's the stupidest statement you've ever said because we've held 90% possession. We did this. We held the ball. Espanyol couldn't get out of their half. And you're right. Everything you're saying is 100% right. But in that 90% possession, 98, 99% possession Real Madrid had, how many real clear chances did they create? Because I can only think of maybe 2 clear chances. And by the way, this is full strength attacking Rodrigo, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, Vinny. They're all back. The band's back together. And the band is back together. And they are worse than when the band was separated. When the band was not together, the team was better than when the band is back together. You understand what I'm saying? So when I look at this situation, Espanyol did not play a great game, but they played the perfect game to beat Real Madrid. Because what's Real Madrid's kryptonite this year? What's the thing that they sucked up? Defense. Let's keep it real. The moment I saw the lineup, I texted my friend who's a massive Real Madrid fan. I said, why is Tchouaméni back there, bro? Why is Tchouaméni back in the starting 11? Like, why is he back there again, bro? Like, I love Tchouaméni, bro. Him and Camavinga are some of my favorite youngest players coming up. But the fact is this, bro. At center back, it just hasn't been working out. Why is he back there again? That's the first thing I said. And anyways, I'm sitting back watching the game, and I'm thinking to myself, this game has everything for Real Madrid to lose. The first half, I kept thinking to myself, this has everything because I watch this story every day in the Portuguese league with my Benfica. I watch the same story. It is a team that has better players than the team they're playing against, but they somehow cannot motivate themselves enough to beat these teams. I don't know what it is, but it's the same problem that Benfica has in Portugal. They just do not. They show up, they play Barcelona amazing. They play Juventus amazing. They play all these teams amazing, but then they go play a team that they should smack. And it's like, bro, man, they lose 3-1. They don't show up. They get hit on the counter 3 times. They lose. It's the same thing happening to Madrid, bro. They pull up to these games. The team puts 11 players behind the box, and it's like they forget how to play football or they don't even want to play football. It makes no sense to me, and it blows my mind. It blows my mind. Let me get this off my chest before I forget. I know I'm rambling and going all over the place. Ancelotti, if you don't trust ENDRICK, let him leave. I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't trust ENDRICK, let him leave. And people will say, well, Skills, that's another stupid statement you're saying. No, hold on. Let me explain myself. You know why Real Madrid had clutch moments last year and stuff? Jose Lu off the bench was able to create opportunities for them. When they were really struggling and needed a goal, having a big number 9 or having a number 9 that knows how to play that position properly come in really helped them out throughout the seasons. Benzema, it helps you, right? You're losing, and ENDRICK is on the bench. ENDRICK is on the bench. I repeat, ENDRICK is on the bench. You need a goal, and ENDRICK is on the bench. I'm not saying pull out Mbappe. I'm not saying anything like this. But you're losing. You might as well pull out a left back, a right back, a center back, somebody, and put this kid up front to see if he can get a header on or hit the ball from outside the box. Something. Let this kid go. And if you don't trust him, then let him go on loan and bring a number 9 that you trust enough in not one that costs you a lot of money, or even one that's on loan that you can bring in and sub in for moments like this, to have a number 9 that can help you get a goal in moments like this. We know Mbappe's great on the run. We know Mbappe's great on the dribble. But when you're talking about a stationary number 9 to score you goals, you don't got that on your entire roster. You don't have that in your squad. You don't have that in your depth. So if ENDRICK is not it and you don't trust ENDRICK to do it, why not bring somebody in on a loan deal that you trust? And then on top of all of it, in games like this, when you know a team is going to park the bus, you have such a talented kid in GULER that can open up a defense, that has the last pass, that has the vision, the ability to open it up, and you will not use him as if you have something against this kid. It baffles me why Chouamani is at center back all the time. It baffles me why ENDRICK doesn't get a look when you're losing. It baffles me when you're in a game where you need a final pass, good vision, a nice little through ball, a great playmaker, and GULER has nowhere to be found. It blows my mind why they're not being utilized for what they're good at. And it really just gets to me, bro. So again, when I'm speaking this, it's the same frustration I feel at Benfica. And I want to get this off my chest right now. I feel for the players. I feel for Vinny and Mbappe. I feel for the Benfica players. I feel for the Barcelona players. I feel for the Man City players. I feel for all the players. Let me say this right now. This has been the most inconsistent football season I've ever watched in my life. It's actually been the worst quality football I've ever watched in my life. The quality of football that we're being fed is absolute trash. I'm going to say that one more time because people are going to be like, oh, here's another stupid statement Skills is saying. Football right now, the quality of football is trash. And the reason is because these guys are playing every 3 days. And I don't care if you're going to say to me, oh, Skills, they make millions to run. If I got paid the money they got paid, I would run for 120 minutes every day. And I would be able to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Listen, bro, let's be realistic. These are athletes that are putting a lot on their bodies every single weekend, high level running craziness. You know what I'm saying? You see ACL injury, you see all kinds of stuff happening. The amount of games that are on these players' legs, it's not fair. And the quality and what's happening now is this. They're getting paid the same money. But us, we're paying more money for all these channels, different subscriptions, so we could watch our favorite teams play, but we're getting less quality of football on the field because these guys have to play so much. It ain't their fault. They're being forced to play every single day pretty much, and we're being forced to watch a lower quality of football because, again, Espanyol does not have the same amount of games that Real Madrid or Barcelona have on their legs. They have a massive advantage when you're in the Champions League, when you're getting called to your national team every call up. You're getting all these different. Now there's a English cup, and then another cup, and then another cup, and a cup for this cup, and a cup for that cup. And if you win this cup, you get that cup. And hey, by the way, guess what? If you get called to the Club World Cup this summer, you have to bring your best players. If you don't, you'll be punished and never come. Brody, what are you talking about? Like, this is out of control, right? This is too many games, and you're seeing way too many injuries on our best players, and you're seeing less quality of football in the Barca games, in the Madrid game. Y'all really think that Barca lost all those points because their form just dropped and they got bad? I don't. I think it's too many games. I think it's hard to stay consistent during this stretch of games. We've never seen stretch of games like this. Look around, lads. You're seeing some of the best teams in football drop points. I'll give you another example, dude. Just for the Portuguese league, so I can break it down for you real quick. Sporting was like 7 points clear of Benfica and Porto. Then they lost a bunch of points, and then they recovered a bunch of points, and then Benfica took first place for them, and then they lost a bunch of points, and then Porto recovered, and Porto lost. No one is consistent. No one is getting consistent football matches. No one is consistent. One day they play great, the next day they play awful, and you're seeing the worst of the worst in all of these teams. So the football viewer, us as a consumer, and I know for a lot of y'all youngers out there that maybe didn't see football a couple years ago, this is worse. We're seeing worse football on the field than we've ever seen in our entire lives because it's just so hard for these athletes to stay at their top peak, top form when you're consistently making them play this much. There's that, okay? And then I'm not blaming that for Madrid losing. I'm not even blaming the red card. Madrid deserved to lose. They didn't do enough today to lose. I'm just saying it's hard to see consistent football with this many games. I don't know how VAR missed that red card. But Real Madrid has to be better, dude. Especially when Vinny, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and Mbappe and Rodrigo on the field together. This is the product that you're putting out. You're giving 2 chances the entire game. Like, that you're going to create 2 chances against a team sitting in the back. Like, I understand, dude. I get it. They're sitting in the back and you can't find no room. But y'all are some of the most talented players on this earth. If there's anyone that can break down 11 players behind the ball, it's you guys. And if you guys can't do it, how is Benfica supposed to do it? Or West Ham or Porto or Ajax or how is anybody else supposed to do it if y'all can't do it? So again, at the end of the day, all I'm saying to y'all is this, man. Football is in a worse place because of what's happening with so many games. Ancelotti is in a worse place than I've ever seen before because he will not let ENDRICK play. He will not play GULER. I thought Alaba was back. He's just chilling on the bench. I thought he was ready, but I guess he's not ready. I do not like the decisions Ancelotti's making, and I'm going to say it one more time. I don't care what anybody says. I told my friend, oh, man, if there's ever a time for Real Madrid to get City, it's now because City's in bad form. Y'all can knock them out and get them out now. But I don't know, dude, because you never know what Madrid shows up. And if the Madrid from today shows up or the Madrid from the Barcelona game shows up, City might be able to get an advantage on them that they can't come back into. Because again, bro, I know they're going to show up for that game and it's a different animal in the Champions League and you know you're going against City, so it's a whole different ballpark, whole different thing. But guess what? That same energy you bring to a City game, we need you to bring that to an Espanyol game because you just opened La Liga right back up. That's all I'm saying, bro. And that's on Ancelotti. I love you guys. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I know I was yapping too much, but bro, it's not that I'm sitting there not seeing like people like, oh, you got no ball knowledge for saying this is the most inconsistent Madrid I've ever seen. This team is massively inconsistent. One day they play amazing. The next day, bro, you just want to turn the TV off and not watch it.